quiet street in Boston, the scene of the latest Trump government crackdown on pro-Palestinian students. Plainclothes immigration officers surround a Turkish graduate student, Rumeysa Ozturk. Her screams alerting residents.
Is this a kidnapping?
Her crime? It's unclear, but she co-authored a pro-Palestinian op-ed in a student newspaper. The man whose doorbell camera caught the scene is so worried he'd only speak to us anonymously.
What I saw was devastating. Like, people shouldn't be treated that way.
Students are under attack!
And it sparked angry protests at Tufts University and fears about who's next.
And the fact that someone can just be disappeared into the abyss for voicing an idea is absolutely horrifying.
Free Palestine!
The backlash is growing as more foreign students are detained for their activism, but today America's most senior diplomat was blunt in his message.
We gave you a visa to come and study and get a degree, not to become a social activist that tears up our university campuses.
You're going to be under arrest, so turn around.
Mahmoud Khalil is the highest profile, currently fighting deportation for his part in student encampments, which brought chaos to New York's Columbia University. But some Jewish students there say they felt threatened by the growing radicalism.
Jewish students were routinely harassed for simply being visibly Jewish. I had a friend who was just trying to walk back to his dorm. He was shoved against the wall.
Bedrock and foundation of a democracy.
One British student studying in New York State, Momadou Tal, is among those facing deportation. Speaking from an undisclosed location, he defended some of his posts, which some say support Hamas.
You sort of fundamentally reject this idea that you're in any way a sort of a danger to America or a supporter of a terrorist group.
Have I broken the law? Have I been violent? No, to both of those questions, right? And I think fundamentally, if you say speech that makes people feel uncomfortable or upset about certain things, that is protected speech.
Protests like this are trying to raise a wider issue. They say all of these cases represent freedom of speech, the right to protest, and what they feel is a growing authoritarianism in Donald Trump's America.
I mean, it's abduction, it's real terrorism on the streets of the United States of America now.
The crackdown may be welcomed by some, but for many, this is a worrying sign that basic American freedoms are now under threat.
How do I know this is the police?
Dan Rivers, News at 10, Washington.